Richard woke up every morning at 6 a.m. for 40 years. Same routine: coffee, newspaper, light breakfast, then his day. At 72, his PSA was 9.3. His doctor said, "We need to monitor this closely. It's getting high." Richard asked, "Is there anything I can do with my daily routine?" His doctor said, "Let's look at your mornings. Walk me through them." Richard described his routine. Wake at 6. Immediately pour coffee. Sit and read newspaper for 30 minutes. Skip breakfast or have toast. No water until mid-morning. No movement until he left for work. His doctor pulled out a notepad. Your mornings could be working against you. Let me suggest 5 changes. They're small, but research shows they may help support healthy PSA levels when done consistently. The doctor wrote down 5 morning habits. Start with water before coffee. Move your body for 15 minutes. Eat protein within 1 hour of waking. Get morning sunlight for 10 minutes. Take specific supplements with breakfast. Richard was skeptical. These simple morning habits will help my PSA. His doctor said, research suggests these factors, done daily over months, may support prostate health. They're not a cure, but men who follow these patterns consistently often see improvements. Give it 6 months. Keep everything else the same. Just change your mornings. Richard committed to all 5 habits, every single morning for 6 months. At his 6-month checkup, his PSA was 7.8, down 1.5. His doctor was pleased. This is significant improvement. Your morning routine changes appear to be helping. Keep doing exactly what you're doing. Richard continued for another 6 months. His PSA dropped to 7.1, another 0.7 lower. In 1 year, his PSA went from 9.3 to 7.1, a drop of 2.2, just from changing his morning routine. In Richard's case, his doctor determined lifestyle changes were appropriate to try first. Your doctor may recommend a different approach based on your specific PSA level, health history, and risk factors. No major lifestyle overhaul. 5 simple habits every morning before 8 a.m. Richard's response was his individual experience. Your results may differ based on your unique health situation and other factors. Today, I'm revealing the 5 morning habits research suggests may help support healthy PSA levels, the exact routine that helped Richard and other men. Small changes that take less than 1 hour each morning, but when done consistently, may make a difference over time. If you want the complete morning routine checklist with exact timing and measurements, type morning in the comments right now. Before we start, this video is for educational purposes only, not medical advice. These habits complement medical care, they don't replace it. Work with your healthcare provider on your complete PSA management plan. Let's start with habit number 1, the one Richard's doctor said was most important in his routine. Habit number 1, water before anything else. Before coffee, before checking your phone, before anything else. At least 16 ounces. 2 full glasses. Richard's doctor explained why this matters. You've been without water for 8 hours while sleeping. Your body is dehydrated. Dehydration creates an inflammatory environment. Research suggests chronic inflammation is linked to elevated PSA. Studies show that men who drink water first thing in the morning have better hydration markers throughout the day. Better hydration is associated with lower inflammatory markers. Research in this area suggests that consistent morning hydration may help reduce inflammation. Studies on morning hydration patterns show that men who drink water upon waking tend to have better hydration status throughout the day, which is associated with lower inflammation. Why water before coffee? Coffee is a diuretic. It causes your body to lose water. If you're already dehydrated from sleep and you drink coffee first, you're deepening the dehydration. This may contribute to inflammation. Drinking water first rehydrates your body. Then coffee later doesn't have the same dehydrating impact. Richard kept a large water bottle on his nightstand. When his alarm went off at 6 a.m., he drank 16 ounces before getting out of bed. Then he could have his coffee, but his body was hydrated first. This was the easiest habit to add, Richard said, and I noticed I felt better throughout the morning. These research findings represent average results. Your response to improved hydration may differ based on your individual health status, medications, and other factors. Habit number 2, movement before sitting. Not intense exercise, just movement. Walking, stretching, light yoga, or gentle calisthenics. The key is moving before sitting. Richard's old routine was sitting immediately after waking. Coffee and newspaper in his chair, 30 to 45 minutes of sitting. His doctor explained the problem. Research shows that extended sitting first thing in the morning affects circulation and metabolism for hours. Your prostate needs good blood flow. Movement improves circulation to the pelvic area. Studies on morning movement and prostate health show interesting patterns. Men who move within 15 minutes of waking have better pelvic blood flow throughout the day. Better blood flow means better nutrient delivery to the prostate and better removal of inflammatory compounds. Research suggests that men who incorporate morning movement show improvements in circulation and inflammation markers compared to those with sedentary morning routines. What kind of movement? Research suggests it doesn't need to be intense. A 15-minute walk around the neighborhood, 10 minutes of stretching, and 5 minutes of light movement. Gentle yoga poses that increase pelvic circulation. The goal isn't sweating or exhaustion. The goal is circulation, getting blood flowing to your prostate before you settle into your day. Richard started walking around his block every morning, 15 minutes, right after his water, before his coffee. I noticed I had more energy throughout the day, he said, and my morning bathroom trips became more complete. I felt like my bladder was emptying better. Research supports this. Morning movement appears to improve urinary flow and bladder emptying, both of which affect PSA levels. Individual results vary based on your current fitness level, health conditions, and consistency. Always consult your doctor before starting new exercise routines. Habit number 3, protein breakfast within 1 hour. Not toast or cereal, real protein. Eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or lean meat. At least 20 to 30 grams of protein. Richard used to skip breakfast or have toast. His doctor explained why this was problematic. Protein in the morning stabilizes hormones, particularly hormones that affect prostate health. When you skip protein, your hormones fluctuate more throughout the day. This fluctuation may contribute to inflammation and elevated PSA. Research on breakfast protein and PSA shows clear patterns. Men who eat adequate protein in the morning have more stable hormone levels, more stable cortisol patterns, better testosterone to estrogen ratios, all of which research suggests affect PSA. Studies have found associations between morning protein intake and hormone stability. Men eating adequate protein at breakfast show more stable hormone patterns throughout the day compared to those eating high-carbohydrate breakfasts or skipping breakfast. Why does morning protein matter so much? Your body is most sensitive to nutrition in the morning. What you eat first sets metabolic patterns for the day. Protein triggers hormone production differently than carbohydrates. It creates sustained energy without blood sugar spikes. Blood sugar spikes are linked to inflammation. Inflammation affects PSA. Richard started eating 3 eggs with vegetables every morning, cooked in olive oil, about 25 to 30 grams of protein. He ate this within 30 minutes of his walk. So his sequence was water, 15-minute walk, protein breakfast, all before 7 a.m. I stopped getting hungry mid-morning, Richard said. My energy was more stable, and I stopped craving sweets in the afternoon. These metabolic changes matter for PSA. Stable energy means stable hormones. Stable hormones support prostate health. Dietary responses vary by individual. Your protein needs may differ based on your age, weight, activity level, and health conditions. Work with your healthcare provider or dietitian to determine appropriate protein intake for you. Habit number 4, morning sunlight exposure. Not through a window, actually outside. Exposing your face and arms to morning sunlight. This was completely new information for Richard. What does sunlight have to do with my PSA? He asked his doctor. His doctor explained, Morning sunlight does 3 things that research suggests affect PSA. First, it helps your body produce vitamin D. Vitamin D deficiency is linked to elevated PSA. Second, morning light regulates your circadian rhythm. Research suggests circadian rhythm influences when your body produces testosterone, cortisol, and other hormones. These hormones may play a role in prostate health. Third, sunlight exposure affects inflammation through multiple pathways. Research on vitamin D and PSA is extensive. Studies consistently show that men with vitamin D deficiency have higher average PSA levels. Men with optimal vitamin D levels have lower PSA. Supplementing vitamin D helps, but sunlight exposure appears effective for many men. Sunlight creates vitamin D in a form your body uses efficiently. Preliminary research indicates that men who get regular morning sunlight exposure show improvements in vitamin D levels and associated health markers. The researchers noted that morning sunlight specifically mattered, not afternoon or evening sun. Morning sun before 9 a.m. has the right wavelength for vitamin D production, and it sets your circadian rhythm properly. Proper circadian rhythm means hormones peak at the right times. This supports prostate health. Richard added this habit to his routine. After his walk and breakfast, he stepped outside for 10 minutes. Sometimes he drank his coffee outside, just sitting in morning sun. "I noticed I slept better at night," Richard said. "My doctor said that's the circadian rhythm improving. Better sleep means better hormone balance, which helps PSA. Vitamin D production from sunlight varies based on skin tone, location, season, and individual factors. Some men may still need vitamin D supplementation despite sun exposure. Work with your doctor to monitor your vitamin D levels. Habit number 5, targeted supplements with breakfast. Not random supplements. A targeted combination research suggests supports prostate health. Richard's doctor recommended 4 specific supplements for his individual situation. Saw palmetto extract, 320 milligrams. Zinc, 15 milligrams. Vitamin D3, 2000 IU. Omega-3 fish oil, 1000 milligrams. EPA/DHA. These doses were appropriate for Richard based on his blood work, health history, and current medications. Your appropriate doses may be completely different. Never start supplements without discussing them with your healthcare provider, especially if you take medications or have health conditions. Some supplements can interact with medications or be inappropriate for certain health conditions. "Why with breakfast?" Richard asked. His doctor explained. "Timing matters for supplement absorption. Your body absorbs nutrients better in the morning, and taking them with protein and healthy fats improves absorption further. The eggs and olive oil you're eating help your body absorb these supplements." Research on supplement timing shows clear patterns. Supplements taken with morning protein breakfast are absorbed more efficiently than supplements taken at other times. Fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin D need fat to be absorbed. Your eggs and olive oil provide that fat. Zinc is absorbed better with protein. Your eggs provide that protein. The combination matters. Studies on saw palmetto for PSA show it's most effective when taken consistently at the same time each day. Morning with breakfast creates that consistency. Research suggests that supplement timing may affect absorption and effectiveness. Morning intake with food appears to support better absorption for many supplements. Richard took all 4 supplements with his protein breakfast, right after eating his eggs, with his water, before his coffee. "I'd been taking some of these supplements before," Richard said, "but not consistently and not all at breakfast. Making it part of my morning routine meant I never forgot." Consistency is key with supplements. Taking them every morning as part of a routine is more effective than taking them randomly. Supplement responses vary significantly by individual. Always discuss supplements with your doctor, especially if you're taking medications or have health conditions. Regular monitoring is important when taking supplements long-term. Richard woke up at 6 a.m. for 40 years with the same routine. At 72, his PSA was 9.3. His doctor gave him 5 simple morning habits: water first, movement before sitting, protein breakfast, morning sunlight, targeted supplements, all before 8 a.m. 1 year later, his PSA was 7.1, a drop of 2.2, just 5 morning habits done consistently. You now know the 5 habits research suggests may help support healthy PSA levels. Start with water immediately upon waking, at least 16 ounces before anything else. Move your body for 15 minutes before sitting down. Walk, stretch, or gentle movement. Eat protein breakfast within 1 hour. At least 20 to 30 grams with healthy fats. Get 10 minutes of morning sunlight before 9 a.m. Outside, not through windows. Take targeted supplements with breakfast: saw palmetto, zinc, vitamin D, and omega-3s. These 5 habits take less than 1 hour. Research on lifestyle factors and PSA is ongoing. While studies suggest these habits may be beneficial, individual results vary, and more research is needed to fully understand these relationships. But when done consistently, they may support prostate health over time. These morning habits are appropriate for men working with their doctors on managing moderately elevated PSA through lifestyle approaches. If your PSA is very high, rising rapidly, or if you have other concerning symptoms, talk with your doctor before relying solely on lifestyle changes. Some situations require medication or other medical interventions, in addition to healthy habits. You can start tomorrow morning, set out your water bottle tonight, plan your walk route, prep your breakfast ingredients, have your supplements ready. Commit to the full routine for 3 months. Track your progress with your healthcare provider. Comment morning below, and I'll send you the complete routine checklist with exact measurements, timing chart, and supplement guide. If this video helped you understand morning routines for PSA support, click like and share with someone who could benefit. Subscribe because my next video covers the 5 evening habits research suggests may help improve PSA levels overnight. You have the power to support your prostate health. It starts with how you begin each day. Wake up, water first, move your body, eat real protein, get morning sun, take your supplements, all before 8 a.m. Give your prostate what research suggests it needs every single morning.